Hey guys, it's Epoch. Today I'm making another one of those Ramble videos. I figured I'd make one because I haven't made one in a long time. I want to go over a couple things. Uh, just my thoughts on like the Lunar New Year event, my progress on my goals, what I plan to do with this money that I've got on me. So yeah, just all kinds of stuff I got planned to talk about. I have a little list on my phone that I've got sitting right in front of me. So yeah, I guess I'll go through it. So my first Ramble video was a showcase of what I wanted to get. Kind of like my dream shinies, like what are my goals in this game, stuff I want to work towards. That's rare. Um, and I've been putting some pretty good progress in. So so let's go through that. I At the beginning of the month I got this Woobat because I was trying to go for a Haxorus. I was hoping it would be a little bit better to me than the Magikarps would. I mean Dratini, because I have 5 Magikarps at that spot, and yeah, it looks like Axew was similarly evil to me. I really hope I don't get more than 2 Woobats, because the rate for Axew isn't actually as bad as Dratini was. I thought it was, but when I went there, it's more like a 40-60 instead of a what is Dratini's? I think Dratini's is like 80-20. Um, so yeah, it's actually got a good rate. Uh, but I did get the Woobat twice, so that's kind of sad. I mean, I like these shinies, and it's cool to like have a line completed in PokeMMO. Um, like honestly, Swoobat's a pretty good one. Like, there's not many shinies that have this like kind of orange and brown, and Woobat is like it stands out. It's honestly decent. I can't complain too much, but I really want this damn Haxorus. I've seen like easily, I think 40k of them. Uh, and the game's not giving it to me. Same with the Dratini, I've seen like 35k, 30k, roughly. Yeah, it's just messed. So after the second Swoobat came in, I decided to probably start up on a singles hunt, just switch it up, and I started doing honey trees alongside single encounters, and I think this is Route 110. Let me go run up here real quick and just show you the area. So yeah, it's up here. You can do it in this grass down here, but I like it up here because there is a line that's just straight back and forth and has walls on both sides, so you can't run out of the grass. Um, and I started this about 14 days ago. Got up to 31,200 encounters. I think. How many honey trees am I at? About 5,000 honey tree encounters. So I mean, I'm coming along pretty good. Um, I definitely want to pick the pace up a little bit because I think at the current, I was doing the math on it, and it's like 140 days or something that it would take me to get to the rate for gulping. Um, but honestly, I might stop doing the spot whenever I get either a plus roll or a minin, because both of those shinies are also rare ones. Uh, yeah, I just want something from the spot. I like all three of them pretty well. But I phased twice so far. I got Honestly, they're both pretty lucky phases. I got this Poochyena. I didn't put this one on my YouTube channel because in the clip of it, I had something open that I probably don't want to put on there. It was like a passwords document or something. Um, and the shiny like shows up right behind it. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, this isn't going on YouTube. But yeah, I've got this. It's a phase at Route 110, and then I also got the Oddish. I did put this one on YouTube. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Um, yeah, the thing about this Oddish is that like this is a really good shiny and everything, but I've seen less Oddishes than I have Plusles, Gulpins, and Minans, so that's it's kind of unfortunate. But the good swing of luck was definitely this Ambipom. I got this out of a honey tree. I put the video up on YouTube, and it's doing really well. I'd say overall in my career, when so I started tracking them uh, like 14 days ago, and I'm up to 5,000. But before this, I'd say I probably had about 5,000 honey tree encounters. So when I found this one in specific, it was probably, I want to say 7,000 honey tree encounters I've done, like overall. So this was pretty lucky. Also, ambipom from a honey tree. Let me bring up the counter. You can see it's pretty rare to find out of a honey tree. It's like around the same as a cherubi. It's rarer than like Burmy or Combi. So this is really cool to get, you know. And honey tree shinies have the added coolness factor of being, you know, you get the met at in like a weird route. It's similar to a swarm shiny. So I think that's really cool. Um, so yeah, that's the current update on my like hunting goals or whatever. I'm doing honey trees for Combi because I really want a Vespiquen. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I find the Combi and it's a secret shiny and it's a male, because I really don't want to keep it a Combi that much. I'll probably keep it a Combi if it's a secret, but it yeah, it's gonna pain me because I'll have to hunt another one. Um, it's yeah, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, other stuff that I've been doing is for Omanite. I've been buying up Helix fossils. I'm up to 1,300 of them, and last I looked, these were bought out to like 7K. I think the most I ever paid for one was like 6,200, 6,500 maybe. Um, there's a few stacks that got dumped on the GTL that were like 300. So I might have overpaid for those just to get a lot of them at once, but yeah, I've just been trying to stack up a lot of those. Cool thing about that is you can really burn through rare encounters doing fossils. So so yeah, hopefully I can get like maybe 15,000 of those eventually, and then open them up for a video. Was thinking would be pretty cool. It'd be a long ass video to make, but you know, I could show off how many like 1x31s, 2x31s you get from doing that. Uh, basically give a good synopsis of like what you get if you just open a shit ton of fossils. Anyway, uh, other progress I did. Okay, so the last video I did, I was doing egg hatching along with safari encounters. Yeah, that method is really interesting. You can really get a lot of single encounters an hour. Um, on top of the fact that you're getting a ton of rare ones. Uh, so with the Hone Safari in specific, that spot that's like right outside of the breeder has cast form, and on top of like doing 5,000 Absol eggs, I also saw 1,000 cast worms. So I thought that was really good. But I did like a lot of that at the start of this month. Like I'm talking, it was like 5,000 eggs plus it was like 20 something thousand safari encounters, and I got pretty burnt out of it, and I started getting stressed out of whether or not I was going to have a safari shiny run on me. So I decided to stop doing that, and I think once I'm satisfied that I've done enough gulpin encounters, I will try out a alternative hunting method for Absol that I've been told about. It's like a rappel trick on one route. It's got a lot of cool stuff. So so yeah, Absol is one I really want to get this year for sure. Um, yeah, I haven't been able to tick off any of these and put them in the GOT tier, but I did get an IPOM, so I throw it on in here. Might as well. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna show off a honey run for you guys right now because I'm due for one. I'm pretty sure. I think I had it written down that yeah, it was like 10:13 is when I was supposed to do one. Um, so yeah, I'll show you guys the route. I start in Canalave and I run out to this one, and then I can fly to Floroma. Now, the thing about honey trees, they're definitely worth it to do, but they are kind of expensive. I think it's like 20 something mil for 30,000 encounters. Um, but when you put that into the context of like similar hunting methods that give you like this quality of encounters, I really don't think it's that bad. Plus, it's hourly, um, so it's pretty low effort. You just have to go here and check them and write down when they're due again. So yeah, I get that one in Floroma, and then I come over here and do Valley Windworks. I check this one. Oh, another cool thing that happened this month that has to do with my shiny hunting progress is that I hit 50 OTs. Um, that's pretty crazy. I don't think I would ever. I think when I first started and I had one Magikarp, I don't think I ever thought I'd hit 50, 51 shinies. I'll show you guys my hours. Uh, yep, 51 shinies in 2,600 hours. Uh, the majority of them are horde ones, but you know, I I think I'm doing pretty okay. Uh, yeah, I really want to hit a box. I think having a full box of OT shinies would look really clean. And after that, I don't know what the how many I'll go to. I definitely want to try and get as many on this list as possible. So we'll see how many I end up with after I get some of these. Because I'm definitely going to phase a lot. I need to get used to that. So yeah, I get that one and you just surf across and then you go up and then you get the one I just showed. It's at the place where you get the Magmarizer. I forget what it's called. And then you can come over here. There's like a hidden one in Eterna Forest. And then you come say no to the repel. I go up here. There's a few other ones that I could do, but I choose not to do because you have to pop repel for. And I'd rather not burn like 3 repels a run. I'm okay with burning 2, but repels are also expensive, so I'd like to try and minimize that. There's a few trees that like you have to pop a repel for that you only get 1 tree out of. That's what I meant to say. Uh, but there is one you can cheese that's in Pastoria. If you go to the side, I'll show you guys that. So I hit this one that's right above Orberg. I don't really know how many encounters per run this is. I'd assume it's around 50, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, because as you can see, it's like you get either 3 or 2 if you slather with the max amount. So yeah, this this Lunar New Year update. So I've been doing these hunting runs, and they added this old woman right here. It's directly in the path of like where you have to bike, and I have to dodge her every time. It's so annoying. But that's a minor complaint that probably only matters to me about this lunar update. I'll have more to talk about it in uh, the next part of this video. Trust me. I have a full list of stuff that I think I have some thoughts on. So yeah, I hit this one in Route 208, and you come over here, and you go down. And this is the route with all the rich trainers on it. I hit this tree. I have 7 Discord notifications right now. It's bugging me not to check them. They're like staring me in the face. I know you guys can see them down there. Oh man. So yeah, I hit this one, and then I go up here, and then I go all the way over here, and you go across these bridges, and there's one up here. And you go up into this town. I think this is Celestic. Or no, this is Salacion, my bad. I think there is one in Celestic where it's like close, but it's on the defog route. Uh, and I just don't want to pop defog every time I go do a hunting run, so that's how I think about that. Maybe it'll change once I do more, but this is kind of what I've memorized so far. So you get this tree, and then you come up here. This is the rain route. There's been a few times I've stepped in the grass and got an accidental forced like Meryl. That happened to my friend. He was like checking a swarm and he got one here, a shiny one, and he was like super super dry. I really hope that doesn't happen to me, but you know, it's just the way the game goes sometimes. All right, so I fly to Pastoria, and then I try to be quick on this. You can come down here. Got my repel. Pop it. Then you go through this. It's good to like not waste as many steps as possible because you want to use this repel on the next tree, because you also have to run through grass to get to it. So you do this, and then you go back. So you still have steps. You don't want to run back to Pastoria City, you want to fly back. And then you go up here, cut through this grass, and you come down into the beach, hit this rock. Here, I guess I can close this tab for now. Full screen this. So come over here, go in here, see if I have any sales. Just a bitch ass Charizard. I think I had this thing up for like so long at 200k, and it finally fucking sold at like 140. It's just like some 2IV. I don't even know if it was natured. Anyway. uh, so yeah, that's the full honey route I do. That run actually got me over 5,000. That's kind of cool to see. I like the little milestones like that. It keep really helps you keep going on like the longer grinds, because that one's gonna take me a long time to get it up to the amount of encounters I need for a combi. Right. So yeah, 50 shinies, my progress, honey run example. All right, I can talk about what I'm gonna do with this 500 mil. Uh, so I liquidated a ton of my stuff, and I tried to clear my GTL out as much as possible. I'm down to like 61 listings. And my plan to do with this money is I'm gonna start another flipping series. Um, I had so I had a really long series on my channel that was like Road to 100 million from a fresh account, right? And that account was really cool because I got to show the full process of like beating a region, getting starting money, and then just going really hard like every day until I get that amount of money. Uh, but what I want to do here is I want to play on my main first of all, because I want to get shinies on my main, and second off, I I want to hit 1 billion is the goal. I think the series name will probably be something along the lines of like, I have 500 mil and I want to double it in PokeMMO. You know, just kind of that like. I think that'll be. I think it'll be pretty nice. It'll show like. Okay, so my previous flipping video did really well, and that showed like how to make money when you don't have much money. A lot of the stuff that I bought in that video was like 50k and under, because at any point in it I didn't have more than that. I think the max I had on that video was like 150. So yeah, this series will definitely be a good one, just showing like what's the more expensive stuff you can buy, because I'll have so much starting capital that I can afford to risk some. Uh, More than I would be able to afford to on the Road to 100 mil account, because on that account at most times as well I would only have like 30 mil, right? And there's times where I can burn through that in a day if I really play for like a long time. Um, so yeah, another thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use alts for the GTL. I'm just gonna use my main. Um, it's strictly gonna be on this. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna work on clearing this all out. That way when the series starts, I have a completely fresh slate. I'll have all of a ton of stuff in cash, and I don't know. I think it'll be a nice long term kind of entertaining series. I want to do it like weekly, so what I'm thinking is like I'll have like an hour long video a week, and it'll be maybe 30 minutes of like me like actively flipping, and then 20 minutes of me showing off like expensive stuff I bought during the week, and then maybe 10 minutes of just clips of either shit I missed that was crazy or shit that I bought that was crazy. Uh, yeah, I just want to get some kind of ball rolling with that. I also want to do this series because I've never had 1 billion yen before. Um, I'd say my account has hit over a billion yen like net worth, but right now 507 mil. This is easily the most money I've ever had at once, like sitting in my cash stack. Um, yeah, I think it'd be really cool as like a free to play player to hit that amount of money. I don't know many people that don't swipe their cards that get up to this amount that aren't like super really old players. Um, so yeah, that's what's up with that. I have the Amoongus up on the GTL right now. I don't think it'll sell at 120, but I might just leave this in there at the start of the series just for the meme. Um, oh, I could actually talk about this. So the whole reason why I bought this Amoongus, right, is because of how fucking rare it is. Fateful Encounter Shalfa. This is ridiculous. Also, I'd like to shout out Xanarchy because on that video, he commented like a really good like block of text that was like talking about the how it's even more rare than I even described it in the video, and I didn't even know that before I bought it. Um, if you want to learn how you got this Pokemon, I'd suggest going to that video and then looking at the comments and read his comment and watch it. Um, but yeah, Fateful Encounter Shalfa. At the time, this was meant to not exist. So there was devs have always said that the Fateful Encounter alphas were not meant to be shiny. Um, but I guess they just flipped the switch on the Christmas event and were like, fuck it, these guys can be shiny now. And a lot of us thought it was unintended, right? So I thought that these were going to be some of the really like truly rarest Pokemon in the game. And don't get me wrong, they are definitely. There's only 3 Shalfa Munguses in the game, like total. Um, but the other thing is with the introduction of raids and the Lunar New Year event, they allowed Fateful Encounter Alpha Pokemon to be shiny again. Um, for example, there was a Shalfa Lopunny on the first raid. There was meant to be a Shalfa Perugly on the second raid, but the guy got screwed. That was a horrible story. Um, what happened was they kind of rushed the event when it came out, or at least it seemed that way. And this guy got into an encounter, and he rolled the shiny for the alpha that was in the battle, and the Pokemon he got out of it wasn't shiny. So imagine you get into an encounter, you catch the Pokemon, and it de-shines. I would be so mad, especially for something that rare. Um, and the devs just said, "Fuck you, we're not giving you it." I thought that was easily the lamest thing coming out of this event. I don't know if he was. Last time I asked him, he wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Compensated for that. And they basically told him that he's never going to get any compensation because the Pokemon that he rolled at the end wasn't shiny. Uh, also, keep in mind, I don't know if it's the same odds that they had programmed in for the shiny to come out of that as it was when he first encountered it. Um, if there's a difference there, then maybe I could see the argument. But I mean, as it stands, if he rolled the 1 in 30,000 to see the Pokemon, then he should get it when he gets it out. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, so yeah, there was a Shalfa Lopunny, meant to be a Shalfa Perugly, but the guy got screwed over. There was a Shalfa Steelix, Shalfa Grumpig, um, and all those Pokemon have the Fateful Encounter tag. Now I've been told that I don't know if I can talk about this. Those Pokemon sell for a lot of money, so I think it was definitely still a good idea for me to buy this Amoonguss because I paid not that much for it. Uh, but I don't know. Theirs being in the game kind of devalues mine, at least in my opinion. None of those Pokemon are as good competitively as Amoonguss is, so I'd say mine has a little bit more value, at least in that aspect. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things where like the devs really could be more transparent about things like that, and it kind of just annoys me. Um, Another thing that annoys me that I could get into. Okay, this video is not going to be completely negative about the Lunar New Year event. One thing I want to talk about that is completely negative though is these damn Cherish balls. You guys heard me bitching about them in my previous um, Ramble video, as well as the video where I talk about the uh, event coming out, I was like, this is really scary. Every event they're going to do some sort of Pokeball because the Christmas event ones were really well received, and I was damn right about that. This event dropped the mysterious Cherish Ball, and these things are through the roof right now. Okay, maybe I should type in mysterious. Come on, Shane. Mysterious Cherish. Okay. Yeah, 1 in 6,000 to find a shiny Pokemon. So these things have boosted odds. Uh, you can get encounters instantly if you have enough money in real life. Uh, it's ridiculous. Um, you can also get comp Pokemon out of this, which I find to be interesting because that really helps on the amount of money you get back out of these. So if, for example, HA Charizard, you can get these out of the balls, and some of them have like really good stats. So yeah, this one is from a ball. You can just straight up pull level 100 Pokemon. I had a friend that pulled I think it was a 4x natured level 100 Haxorus out of one of these. So, I mean, you have the potential to like gain some capital back when you open these, but it's just always not going to be worth it financially. Uh, it's more gambling added to the game, which I don't like. You could make the argument that egg hunting is like pay to win gambling, kinda. Uh, but the thing is about that, you still have to put like a ton of work in. You know, you have to really sit there on the game all the time. And yeah, with these, it's just you open them instantly, and it's by far the most. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. The other thing that's ridiculous is the pool of Pokemon you get out of these. They added like, let's see, one, two, three, four. They added 5 rares in these. There's Salamence, Milotic, Aerodactyl, Charizard, and Grovyle. Or it might be Sceptile. Um, either way, these things are fucked up. I've seen Aerodactyls that are shiny that have came out of these balls. I haven't seen a Charizard yet, but I'm assuming that eventually there will be one. Yeah, they're just it seems lazy to me. Uh, they could definitely add other things that have value that could make turning in the Swarm Pokemon a good moneymaker for new players. But this is lazy, at least in my opinion. Adding loot boxes like this um, always spells doom for a game because it's like the first. I mean, PokeMMO has always had loot boxes, but I'd say that shinies are more desirable than vanities for the most part. Uh, and having loot boxes that get you shinies, that's fucked. Um, all right, yeah. So that stuff is all bullshit. um, so, okay, I didn't do the swarms because I was pretty preoccupied doing shiny hunting. I checked a lot of like rare Pokemon swarms just in case, but I didn't really turn in anything. Uh, from what I've been told, the way it worked was you ran around the map, you gathered Pokemon, and you handed them in to the old lady that was blocking me in the honey run, and you got like these tablets from it or something, and you could turn the tablets in for a vanity. I'll show the vanity. I think it's called the Tamer outfit or something, or Zodiac. Yeah, Zodiac Dragon outfit. This thing. I think it's pretty mid, if we're being honest. It makes your character look like he has a gigantic ass, as well as like I don't know. It's the colors are pretty boring. They teased like a girl version of this, and they didn't drop it, which I thought was lame as fuck. Um, but yeah, uh, I think that okay, this is a hot take, but I think this should have been untradeable. That's the only way it would have made me feel some type of way for like not doing this. Uh, untradeable rewards are always good because it. I'll put it this way: it gives you like later on you'll feel like you should have done the content more because as it stands right now, I feel completely fine for not doing the content because I could just buy the item whenever I want. It makes it more worthwhile to do. That's at least my opinion. Um, to a newer player that doesn't have 2 mil that just wants to get it and sell it, that's a different story. But from my perspective, I think the item means a lot more if it's account bound. Um, yeah, I think it should have been tradable. And I think they should have released the girl version. If I remember correctly, there was a forum post where they showed both versions, and it looked like that we were getting both, but we ended up not. So yeah, the other vanities though. All right, I've got the worm on right now just because I think it's a goofy ass item. uh, but let's see what else was there. There's the battle axe. This item's cool. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, it's kind of in the same vein as like I think any I think this formula for item is pretty good. Candy cane, scythe, broomstick, mage's staff. The ones it's like the item that goes across your back that it looks like a weapon you're wielding. I think that's sick, and I think that the Hackster's battle axe is pretty cool. Dragon wings though, these things suck ass. Dragon wings. Yeah, I like Dragonite, but these just compared to the other wings that we have in the game are just so small and bad. Um, yeah. What else did they add? So Worm, Battle Axe, Dragon Wings. Oh, okay. One I want to talk about. Temporal Cape. Before the event dropped, there was somebody had like leaked like something from the game files, and there was a list of all the vanities that were coming out, and there was like a couple hours where we were all theorizing what they would look like. Dude, this temporal cape sucks. It's gotta be, for the money, the ugliest thing you could buy in the whole damn game. The idea of a Dialga cape. Okay, I'm assuming that that's what this is based off of because it looks like the plate that Dialga has like on its like back, and I think temporal means something like it's like time related, and Dialga's a dragon. It's the Year of the Dragon event, or I think it is. Yeah, dude. The only reason this thing is this expensive is because the lucky reds are so hard to farm. Um, I think you get the lucky reds from the Abundant Shrine event, and I have a few friends that are on the leaderboard like right now, like they're probably gonna get the Neon Hood, and they've been kind of telling me about how hard it is to farm it. And the thing is about that is like if there's not that many lucky reds in the game to even be opened, then there's not going to be that many temporal capes even in the game in the first place. Um, I think that these might crash. Listen, don't listen to me for investment advice. I thought the Unity capes were going to go down to like fucking 10 mil again, and I was completely wrong about that. Um, but I don't think the demand for these will keep these that high. I think what's going to happen is like there's going to be a dip, and then maybe some guy will buy out a ton of them, but there'll be like no stock left. It'll, I don't know. I don't see why this item, White Rabbit plush, was like similarly hard to farm, is what I've been told, and I think it's cheaper than this. Let me look. White Rabbit. It's around the same price. I don't think, just by the way these both look, I think the Temporal Cape is not worth 39 mil. Like, not a chance. Um, So yeah, that's my thoughts on the vanities. I think the Battle Axe is cool. Oh, dude, the other one I think is cool. Dragon Antlers. These ones are sick. This like it's so simple, but it actually works so good. It looks great in the like overworld sprite, and it goes with a ton of outfits. This is a really good item. It's like a good version of the reindeer antlers. Let me see if there's a pair of those on here. And yeah, there is. Yeah, like these are pretty goofy looking, but then you look at the dragon antlers. These are swag. I love them. Uh, so yeah, the battle axe and the dragon antlers out of the event. Those are the two vanities that I like the most. I'd say. Um, yeah, I didn't. So in my last video, I said that I was going to try for the neon hood. I didn't end up doing any runs. Main reason for that is if you want a leaderboard spot, you're gonna have to do like a really long session of the Abundant Shrine, um, as well as the fact of like I really think content like that should be able to be soloed. Maybe there should be different boards for each grouping size. That could be cool. Um, but any sort of raid content like that or dungeon content, should have the ability to be played by yourself or with friends to just to eliminate the possibility of getting griefed or something like that. Um, yeah. Okay, speaking of the raids are freaking awesome, dude. That is some of the funnest content they've added to this game, as well as the fact it gives non PvP players reasons to buy competitively viable Pokemon. Um, if they keep adding raids that have different move sets and stuff like that, it'll really diversify the sort of things that people will want to buy. And I think that kind of like making more Pokemon viable in PvM scenarios is a good thing for the game. And I think having group content like that, that's like it was just so fun being in call with people doing that. I think that's gonna be the coolest thing this year if they add those permanently. Um, should they have a shiny chance? That's a debate. I think having a cool item. I think having something like mega rare coming out of a raid is a cool idea and concept. The issue with it for me is that currently, as raid stands, they're not. You can't rerun them. You can't just grind them out all day, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why they can't just have the alpha as the first thing you get, and then maybe like the next time you run it, be like I don't know something that just has like a decent value. It content like that should be able to be grinded out. Um, I get that it would like devalue. I'm not like an economist or anything. I don't know how it would work, but I'm sure they could make it work in some way where you could grind the content out and get good rewards from it, as well as it just being fun. Um, maybe they could add untradeable rewards for it, beating it in a certain amount of time, or having there's this thing in RuneScape called the combat achievements, and you get like really cool cosmetics for beating bosses in a certain amount of time. And I've toyed around with the idea of like how could they do that for PokeMMO? Maybe beat all the gyms in a certain amount of time, or beat an alpha in a certain amount of time, or beat this many alphas in a day. Not alphas, raids. But yeah, there's a lot of ways they could do it, and I think if you're gonna have a shiny chance for something like that, they should be able to be reran. That way you could feasibly grind the shiny out. But uh but yeah, there's a lot of work to be done with those. But I think it's one of the greatest concepts they've added this game since I've come back to playing it. They're really fun. Let's see, what else do I have written down here? Uh Oh yeah, dude, the wishing stone. So I didn't even grind that out last during Christmas. And a lot of people kind of theorized that it was going to be for Jirachi this event, but as far as I'm aware, they didn't do anything with it. It's just a like dead item. So I don't really feel too bad about not grinding it out. Let's see if I'm gonna eat those words or not. But yeah, I guess there's just no use for it. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the other stuff they added. Um, so the cool parts about the Lunar New Year event, definitely the raids as well as the GTL updates. So they added okay, at the beginning of the event, the GTL was so fucked up, it was crazy. You, I stayed on for like a really long time to snipe on the first day because that's how events go down. Is at the beginning people will just throw stuff away, and we saw that with a lot of stuff that went up. I heard about it was like a 10 mil shiny Metagross. There was a 2012 shiny that I missed. There was all kinds of stuff. Um, I didn't really snipe that much afterwards because I was kind of burnt out on just refreshing. I wanted to get encounters. Um, but yeah, you had to like search by secret shiny to find regular shinies. You had to search by like none to find shinies. It was all types of fucked up. You couldn't do like 31 IV matches. So like if you wanted to search with this term, you had to you had to just sort through like tons of pages of Pokemon. But once they got it working, this thing is a godsend. You can set a preset to see whatever you want. So I usually snipe with 31s on. I think this Gyarados might be worth actually. Okay, I just missed the snipe immediately. That's funny. Uh, yeah, you could have you could set it to be just like 31s on, and you can just instantly go to something like 2012s, or if you wanted to make a preset for a certain egg group, you can just have that on speed dial. It's awesome. Um, that's a really good quality of life change. Uh, Here, let's go over here, and okay, let's go down here. The other cool thing they added with this update is this chick, the customizer. Uh, Now you can change your hairstyle without having to pay like 1.5 mil. It's awesome. Um, that was a long needed update, and I'm glad they added it. I think the one part of it that I think is kind of lame is that you can't change your character's gender on the fly. I feel like they should probably add that eventually, just because if you're gonna have like hair and stuff like that, why not have the full shebang? I think the real reason why is because they already have like the makeover kit in the game, and they want to have people still buy that. Um, but yeah, I, I think that's a great change that they added. The other cool thing is the account box. You can just throw whatever you want in here, and then when you hop on one of your other profiles, you can go and get it out. You don't have to like send everything through the mail like 100 times, which is awesome. So yeah, those are two great quality of life changes, and I'm glad they added those. Yeah, I think I actually got through everything I wanted to talk about. To be honest, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but yeah, that's just about everything. Um, I'll probably make another one of these videos maybe like 2 weeks from now or something. If I have more to talk about earlier than then I'll make one then. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. You know, it really helps me out. Um, or a comment. You know, tell me what you guys think of the Lunar New Year. Uh, Thank you for watching and take care.